Hey guys, this is the Lion, and today I'm going to be giving an overview of the show True Blood because I'm going to start doing reviews on Season 6. I know I'm a little late to the party, but this video is going to help me to explain my loyalties on which characters I like, which characters I dislike, and for what reasons. I'll also touch on individual seasons as they relate to those characters when I feel like it needs to be mentioned. Alright, so first off, let's talk about the big three, Eric, Bill, and Sookie. Alright, I love Eric Northman. He is my favorite character in True Blood, though I'm not part of that whole love Eric, hate Bill general True Blood fandom. Without a doubt, Eric is my favorite character, and he's my favorite vampire. However, I quite enjoy Bill. He's a very good character, and if in a good season, he is truly exceptional. But Eric is just amazing, and that doesn't mean he's saintly. He certainly does a lot of things that you have to, raise an eyebrow and be like, Eric, stop doing that. It's kind of a dick move. But I think it's the 1,000-year-old way he just. You can feel he's ancient, powerful, but also just awesome. I don't know any other word that would be a perfect descriptor of Eric Northman. He's portrayed brilliantly. Brilliantly. But then again, I'd probably say that about every character on the show. So just show that on everyone. Now, Bill Compton. Bill Compton, I like Bill Compton. I find that I love him or sort of like him depending on the season, but that would be a result of the writing, not the character. For example, I love him in season 1. He is just at his peak in season 1. The second half of season 5, he is really downhill. And it's not because he went evil. I thought he'd make a really good bad guy. That's what season 5 showed me. He has a speaking voice made for monologues. But I feel like he was a bad guy in a bad season, and so it detracted from that. He would have been an exceptional villain in a better written season. And I'm not against the idea of putting forth a vampire religion with Lilith and so forth. It's that they handled his existential crisis poorly because it came out of nowhere. If it would have been different if the second half of season 4 they started hinting at he's having this sort of internal dilemma, maybe some PTSD from his time as Lorena's little toady. And then season 5 comes along and you get this Lilith and they really recruit him and they browbeat him into propagandized loyalty and then he becomes evil. I think that would have been a better written story from Bill's perspective. The way they do it in True Blood, though, it just sort of he gets hit with some of that Lilith juice and he just goes wacky. Not awesome. Not awesome. So yeah, like Bill as a character, we'll see where he's going in season 6 as to whether I'll love him or just sort of be okay with him. Sookie is a bit tougher to deal with. Basically, I love Sookie when she's not doing the Bill and Eric drama. It's the same criticism I have of Elena Gilbert. Great characters until they get involved with the love triangle. I don't know why writers think love triangles are intriguing, but they're really not. They just sort of get really old because you constantly have to mess with the story and stop it from escalating, hit pause, rewind, switch people. It gets exhausting. And eventually people are just like, everyone get away from each other. And that's where I'm at. I want Eric and Bill and Sookie just to part ways. I actually quite enjoyed how they handled everything in Season 5. Which I didn't really love Season 5 as a series overall, but it did have some elements that were truly stand out. With regards to Eric and Bill and Sookie not doing the love thing, like at all in Season 5. I thought that was very well handled. I like how they went to her when they needed help to deal with Russell Edgington, which I thought was good. She has a lot of abilities, and they can be friendly. And it really shined. I loved Sookie in season 5. I really loved her, and it was good. It was good handling it like that. So as long as they continue this sort of writing in season 6, I'll probably love Sookie. Another problem I have with Sookie though is the writers are sometimes inconsistent with how she feels about them. It's tough to get a read on her. If you pose a what if situation for like Eric or Bill, you can kind of guess how they would react to it. With Sookie, she tends to react one way, and then in the same situation a day later she might react another way. It's tough to get a read on her value system, which makes it difficult to connect to her as a character. But then again, that would be a fault of writers who don't understand her, and so they clash, and it's not a result of the character inherently. But that's my thoughts on the big three. You let me know what you think about that. But with regards to the supporting cast, I want to say that I generally love them all. My favorite supporting character, of course, being Lafayette. I think it's a crime that he is so tragically underutilized. And I know during seasons he gets some spotlight, but it's not enough. And personally, I'll always be very, very sad that in season 2 they didn't turn him into a vampire when it was brought up, because he would have been Eric's badass vampire. And I would have loved to see it, because I love Lafayette. And really, all the side characters, except for one. There's one side character I detest above all others, and you can probably guess who it is, but we'll talk about them. But the best scene in season 5, in my opinion, is the scene in the bar where Morella shows up and she's pregnant and she's giving birth, and you have Arlene, you have Lafayette, you have Holly, you have Andy, you have. Is her name Maudette Pickens? I don't know, the drunk girl. Everything about that scene from start to finish is amazing. In fact, the only thing that would have made it better is if somebody walked in, like an Eric Northman, someone old and powerful, just walked in, got a drink, saw what was going on, and just been like, fucked up shit happens in this town. It was weird. And Arlene thought she was an alien, because they don't know about fairies. And it was sensational from start to finish. And we really need to take a moment to give a clap to the supporting cast who sticks around all these years. I mean, Arlene, Terry, Lafayette, others. There's a lot that stick around. They don't get as much screen time as they deserve, and yet they keep coming back. So the continuity, we really feel invested in this community of Bon Temps. Jessica, I love her. I think Bill and Jessica need to have more time devoted to their relationship, because they really haven't done much with it. I mean, they have touched on it slightly, and it's always nice when they do, but there is such a deeper well to tap there for stories and character growth that I feel is not getting its fair shake. But with the time I have left, let's talk about the character I detest. I detest this character in ways words can never properly articulate, but I will attempt it. Tara. I hate Tara. I've hated Tara since episode 1. I hate Tara at the end of season 5. We'll get into the reviews on season 6 to see how I feel about her, but I would be just shocked if it changes. I mean, to do another Vampire Diaries sort of connection, there was a character named Caroline Forbes who I hated. I detested. She annoyed me to no end. Then she became a vampire, and she quickly became really awesome. There was a lot of character growth in her, and so on and so forth. Tara became a vampire, and she's still really annoying to me. Just there's nothing. I don't actually recall any real substantial growth as a person for Tara at all in this show's history, except for becoming a vampire. But even then, I don't really see much changing with her. I know she sort of became a lesbian, which I thought came a little out of nowhere, but okay. But it didn't change anything about her. She was still the same Tara. And I know they did the Pam and Tara relationship thing. Now, when she became a vampire and she became the progeny of Pam, I thought they would go away that I still think they should have gone, which is have Pam be a maternal figure for Tara, because Tara's never really had a maternal figure. Not a good one, anyway. She had her own mother who had her own issues to deal with, and then she had the Maynard maternal stand-in, who was totally crazy. Pam could have been, and I thought that's where they were going, because there was a lot of build-up going that way. She would berate her, obviously, as a newborn and so on, but then she would take care of her. She'd check on her when she was sleeping. She'd stroke her hair. She'd make sure she fed and taught her how. She didn't like the fact she fought, but she made sure she knew she was proud that she was a good fighter. I mean, I thought this is where they were going, and I was like, oh yeah, Tara's going to be awesome. And then Jessica Hamby says, oh, are you two wanting to have sex with each other? And then magically out of nowhere, that's where it comes. Okay. So I didn't like the fact it came out of nowhere. I'm heartbroken they don't seem to be going the maternal route, when I really think that could have just been a gem of a story to tell. But it's season 6 now. I'm hoping that they'll spend more time getting the relationship better handled. Really take their time to show where it's going. Peaks, valleys, leading to a happy ending. I'm a love guy. I love me a happy ending. And I hope Tara grows from it somehow, because I seriously hate her. Just as of right now, which is season 5, hate her. But that's my thoughts on True Blood so far. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I hope you check out my True Blood Season 6 reviews. I'm going to start knocking them out as we go.